Welcome to the Overtime, everybody. I'm Kaylee Emery.
And I'm Alex Lucero. Thanks for joining us. Well, we have a great show today with so much to talk about.
Yeah, we have a lot of local high school sports action, NAU teams to talk about, and some discussion of professional teams possibly making it to the playoffs.
Yeah, we also have an interview with Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics, Dr. Lisa Campos, and we'll get you ready for all the weekend sports action. But before that, Kaylee, how was your Thanksgiving break?
My Thanksgiving break was really good. Nice, relaxing time with my family, watching some football. How about you?
I was in a food coma for days after how much I ate, and I enjoyed all the football that was played as well.
Oh, yeah.
So starting things off with the first question of the night, which local high school basketball season are you most excited for? Well, I'm going to start this one because, Kaylee, it's the season of getting buckets. I'm very excited for the Coconino Lady Panthers. I was at their game this past Tuesday, and this team is a definite threat to their section. This defense is very tough, and they play their 2-3 zone very aggressively, causing turnovers, and they just run for days, tiring out opponents while the Panthers get easy buckets. And their leader, Marissa Copley, is a very good player. She's only a sophomore. We'll see how they handle the pressure games later on in the season because this is a young program, but don't sleep on the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, I agree. The Coco girls are looking pretty solid on the court, but I have a lot of faith in the Flagstaff boys team. Since it is the beginning of the season, they don't really have a record so far, but this team is looking good. Senior captain Trevor Johnson had a great season last year and is looking for another one as it's his last season here in Flagstaff. This team has some tough schools to play ahead of them and don't start conference play until they face Mingus in January, but I think that they can have another good season that I'm actually pretty excited for.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for all of these teams, and hopefully they can all make state playoffs.
Yeah, it's always great to see teams go that far, especially high school teams.
Yeah, definitely. And for the second question, which NAU fall sports season was the most impressive? Kaylee, why don't you start this one?
All right, well, first I want to give credit to every single NAU team out there for all their hard work and dedication this season, but the NAU football team rocked it. Somehow these men pulled through and won every single home game this year. Despite some tough competitors, the Lumberjacks ended their regular season with a 9-3 record, and they finally made it to the playoffs after 10 years of waiting. Despite not receiving 8th seed and a first-round bye, the Lumberjacks didn't win their home opener playoff game against South Dakota State. Even though they didn't move on, they really played a great season.
Yeah, they did. It was a great season for them. But first, congrats to all the fall sports on making playoffs this year. That's a huge accomplishment. I like football too, but I think that the men's cross country team was absolutely fantastic. This team did it all this season, winning multiple titles, including the Big Sky Championship, the Adidas Wisconsin Invitational, and of course, being national runner-up at the NCAA Championships. Also, Coach Eric Hines is Coach of the Year once again. All this team does is win, so you can't go wrong with what this team has done.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone out to watch all those guys run, but from everything that we've heard from them, they're just awesome. And, you know, dibs on them.
Yeah, going for the 8-peat next year.
That'd be pretty awesome. All right, well, since we are on the subject of NAU fall sports, who is your MVP, Alex?
Well, I think the clear-cut runaway winner here is Zach Bowman for the NAU football team. He broke a ton of records this season, not just school records, but Big Sky records. He was the go-to guy for this team when they had trouble moving the ball, and with the quarterback problem this season, he was the guy to rely on. Zach ran for almost 1,500 yards and had 9 touchdowns this season. And for his career, he ran for 5,132 yards in the regular season, breaking the school record and is third all-time in the Big Sky. I mean, I'm going to say it right now. He's the greatest football player in NAU history.
It's really hard to top that, Alex, but choosing NAU MVP is always hard because there are so many great athletes here. But from last season, I will say that Janae Vanderplug is my MVP. Janae ended the season with 369 kills, 261 digs, a big 1,092 attacks, while putting up 430 points up for the Lady Jacks. Since she is only a sophomore, she has so much time more being here for the Lumberjacks. Janae missed a few games during the last stretch of the season, but she came back and really pulled through again. Another team that didn't make it to the playoffs, but I mean, I got to give so much credit to Janae and all of her hard work.
Yeah, and thank goodness we have Janae for a couple more years, unlike Zach, where we're really sad that he's departing from us.
I know it's sad, but I mean, hopefully he can make it to the NFL. If he gets drafted, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And speaking of the NFL, the Arizona Cardinals are doing better than some expected. What are their playoff chances, Kaylee?
Well, Alex, in my opinion, I didn't think that the Cardinals were going to play like they are. They are third in the NFC West, and you've got to remember, they play the Rams, Titans, Seahawks, and then the 49ers. The Seattle Seahawks already have clinched the playoff spot, while San Francisco will face Seattle, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, and the Cardinals So, in my opinion, the Cardinals have too tough of a schedule to make it to the playoffs, and I really don't think that they'll get in.
I mean, I hate to agree with you, but I do agree that's a very tough schedule. But look who's ahead of them in the standings. The Carolina Panthers, the 49ers, like you mentioned, and the Eagles are all ahead of them. These three teams have played great football as of late, while the Cardinals have beaten the Panthers. They've lost to the Niners and the Eagles this past weekend. So a lot has to go right for the Cardinals. It's almost a guarantee that they win at least 3 of their last 4 games. And like you said, with the schedule they have, I don't see them making the playoffs. But nonetheless, a great season by the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, and even though I'm not an Arizona Cardinals fan, I really do love watching them play because they are so good this year, and they've been impressing me.
Yeah, 7-5. You can't argue with that one.
Nope. And now 30 seconds for this last question. Will the Phoenix Suns have a better season than last year?
Well, so far, what I've seen so far, I think that the Suns are looking way better than last year. They are 20 games into the season already as they are playing the Toronto Raptors right now. They are playing great ball to start the season, proving many people wrong, like myself, early on this year. But then again, all of the NBA is proving people wrong about who is good and who is bad.
Yeah, the Suns are playing way better than last season, let me tell you that. They have a better record so far already, and if they keep up their good defense and their intensity, I can see them ending their season with a pretty decent record. Not in the playoffs kind of record for sure, but one that will make them seem a lot better than last season.
I mean, 25-57, it's pretty tough to be worse than that.
Yeah, that was not a good season for them.
Definitely a forgettable one. Well,
Yeah.
stick with us. We have more overtime action coming up.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. To make room for the 2014 models, we're clearing the lot, and that means great deals for you on our 2013s. Right now, you'll find rebates up to $10,000 on select Chevrolet models. Choose from a full line of vehicles, including the totally redesigned 2014 Silverado 1500. You can always count on our same relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
Welcome back, guys. Earlier this week, sports reporter Tressa Tudrick sat down with Dr. Lisa Campos to discuss some changes within the athletic department here at NAU.
The direction of NAU Athletics has undergone changes within the last year or so under the direction of Dr. Lisa Campos, the Vice President of Collegiate Affairs. Now, fall sports are coming to a close. What do you have to say about the team's success?
You know what, it's been a really exciting fall, very competitive, obviously with our soccer and women's volleyball programs making it to conference play, and then finishing with cross country, men's cross country, finishing second in the nation. And again, that's against over 300 Division I programs. So, you know, I tell people it's hard to be disappointed with second in the nation. We had a chance to get first, but so proud of those guys. And then again with football, making playoffs for the first time in 10 years, really proud of those student athletes and getting the national exposure through that playoff game. It was you know, just an unbelievable fall semester.
Now, with such a successful fall semester, how does this set up for winter sports and spring sports?
You know, we talked to our coaches about that. All of our coaches want our student athletes to be successful, whether it's on their respective playing fields or in the classroom. But there is a little bit of pressure for those winter and spring sports to do well, and they want nothing more than to make conference play, to get to NCAAs, and have a real great opportunity, particularly with men's and women's basketball. Both those coaches in their second year. Making it to the conference tournament last year on the men's side. Hopefully women will make it there this year. And swimming and diving have a real opportunity to win the WAC conference.
And now, Dr. Lisa Campos, with so many accomplishments to choose from, what is your proudest moment here at NAU?
You know what, there's so much to choose from. I've just been really blessed to be working with great student athletes, great coaches, great support staff. And really, the reason we're in this business is for the student athletes. So it's always fun. You know, I've had a chance to participate in a couple of different graduations now, and that's really the most proudest moment, is whenever we get to watch these student athletes cross the stage, graduate, that they've had such a great experience here at NAU athletically and academically.
And now, bouncing off of that question, how important is it to be successful not only on the field or on the court, but in the classroom as well.
Absolutely, that's our #1 goal, and last year we really achieved that. We got the conference highest achievement with the President's Cup. That is given to the university athletic department that has the most well-rounded program athletically and academically, and we plan on keeping that cup here. It's a traveling cup, and that's what we want to do. We want to do this the right way, athletically and academically.
Now, are you happy with the direction that NAU Athletics is undergoing?
Absolutely. Again, I've been here for the last year and a half, and we've seen from whether it's donations increasing to corporate sponsorships, to fan attendance, to student attendance, just a lot of engagement with the community, with the campus community. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, but I think that a lot of people are seeing that we're elevating this program.
Now, how important is it to have not only student fans, but also help within the community?
We want to be a great partner to the Flagstaff community, and we want to be an economic driver, and we've proven that we have been the last year and a half and for many years before that. But again, it's about the student athletes and having a great experience, and they have a great experience when those stadiums are full and they're playing in front of their fellow students and playing for the community of Flagstaff.
And that way everyone can feed off of the positive energy, right?
That's right.
Well, thank you, Dr. Lisa Campos, for making time to visit with us, and we look forward to seeing the direction that NAU Athletics is undergoing.
Thank you, Dr. Lisa Campos, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come out and talk to us about these changes. Stick around. Sports reporter Gus Margiotta has your local previews for this upcoming weekend.
Snoring can be more than a mild annoyance. It could be a sign of a much deeper problem with your sleep pattern. If you suffer from sleep disturbances, trust the Mountain Heart Sleep Center in Flagstaff for effective treatment. With a full-time staff led by Dr. Stephen Marks, your corrective care is immediate with no need for a referral. And they're the #1 accredited sleep center in northern Arizona. Mountain Heart Sleep Center, for a good night's rest.
I just got a house full of Suddenlink with an all-new home phone service that can actually do tricks, like send voicemail to email.
It's your mother. Call me.
Automatically, and pop caller ID onto my TV, giving new meaning to call screening. Right. Plus, I got E911 to pinpoint our house and unlimited long distance to flatten our bill. Suddenly, the phone company seems cheesy because Suddenlink just reinvented home phone and made it look easy.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she does strange tricks for no treats. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
We're going to be hitting the hardwood all weekend with a full slate of basketball action. The NAU men welcome their Rainbow Warriors from the University of Hawaii for a matchup at the Sky Dome. Tip-off will be at 5 p.m. Lady Jacks will finish their California trip tomorrow afternoon. The women take on Loyola Marymount University Lions. This game features two teams struggling to muster up some wins this season. You can catch the 3 o'clock tip-off at lmulions.com. And for some local high school basketball, the Flag High boys and girls will play Notre Dame Prep this Saturday. The girls will play away at 7, while the boys hit the home court at 6 o'clock. Wrapping up our hardcore action will be the Coconino Panthers versus Seton Catholic. The boys will play their home game at 5, while the girls will travel to Seton and tip off at 5 o'clock as well. And finally, to round out our sports weekend, the NAU women's swim and dive team look to improve their record to 3-1 on the year. They'll drive over to New Mexico State University, and action against the Aggies will start at 11 o'clock. That's your sports slate for the weekend. Take it away, Alex and Kaylee.
Well, yeah, a lot of sports going on this weekend, but as sports go on year-round, academics here at NAU is coming to a close this semester, and we got to start wrapping up for finals.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely for sure, A lot of finals coming up. Luckily, I only have like 2 finals, but I don't know. How many do you have?
I only have 1, so I'm a little bit better off than you are.
Well, must be nice. I guess in between, finals and everything, taking time off to go check out, all the local high school sports action with games, practices even, get some cool footage going, whatever,
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next Friday from this Overtime Sports Show. Thanks for joining us.
For over 20 years, and with more than 65,000 success stories, Coconino Community College is vital to your future.
I'm Gary Smith. I earned my basic detention officer certificate at CCC and worked at the county jail in Flagstaff. More recently, I enrolled in a welding class. This lifelong learner is proud to support CCC.
With your support, Coconino Community College will remain efficient, effective, and excellent.